Just like that, this is episode 100. So if you've been following along for all of the episodes, first off, I just need to say thank you. And I am officially back from the comeback I never thought I would have. Some of you may know what I'm talking about, some of you may have no clue, and that's okay. But I have been gone and off social media for a little over a month now, and it's the comeback of coming back to social media, maybe, kind of. We'll see. But I'm coming back to the pod and I'm coming back to YouTube. So, what has been going on and where the heck have I been? Well, let's just say I needed to take a break from honestly life and everything all at once, but couldn't really do that. So, what did I end up doing is I honestly just kind of stopped all things social media. I wanted to just get away and not worry about anything and take time for myself and everything that was going on in life. I try not to get too personal, even though I do feel like sometimes I share more than I want to. But I also know how important it is to truly share what is going on in a life so people can relate and feel like they're still human and that you have someone to connect with, which is me. And I thrive on community and communications with people. I love hearing people's stories. I love relating, chatting, all of that good stuff. And that's why I do this podcast. I've for over a year have had the podcast and had the pleasure of talking to so many people and connecting, meeting, and just sharing knowledge, stories, and all of that. And I've loved every aspect of it. But I've also realized I was consuming so much social media and I didn't love it anymore. It felt like a job that I wasn't getting paid for. And I was just spending way too much time on social media, not only for the sense of the doom scrolling, which we all know we get caught up in doing, but I was also, quote unquote, looking through social media to find ideas and things like that to repost. I was being the person that's like, oh, I'm only consuming this because I need creative ideas. And my creativity, I feel like, went out the door, which is crazy. And I wanted and needed something to do a little differently. I was so just all consumed. I'm around so many people all the time. And at the same time, I've never felt so lonely in my life. And I felt like a lot of people, not everyone that I was around, was only worried about growing on social media. And that's cool. No shame. I mean, of course, it would be cool to have tons of followers to meet and connect with more people. But I felt like it was something that like everyone wanted and I didn't. I just don't really care about Instagram or and on it. I am on TikTok, but I'm not on TikTok, if that makes sense. So I just need to take a break. And I knew if I stopped Instagram, I should probably stop and take a break from like all things. So the pod, YouTube, I just needed a break. And all of that to say, life was really, really, really crazy. And I've had so much shit go on that I was just honestly, I needed the break. So, what does that really mean in the sense of like, I needed the break? Is I just needed to get the fuck off of social media and really focus on what I could control because I was the type of person that was always trying to consume everything and or control everything. I was always trying to control everything. And that's just me. I'm very, very organized and I like to try to have everything in my own control. And this past year has not been things that I've been able to control. And it's just been really hard for me as a person. So I decided to take a step away. And as I mentioned, some people may have not even noticed. Some people I've told. And the reason I told them is because they kept saying, hey, have you seen this on social media? And I'm like, I haven't actually. So what I really wanted to do was just get away. I wasn't on my phone as much, believe it or not. I do have a different social media account. We'll just say like not at all related to running and I was on that. So I wasn't 100% off of social media, but all things running. And the other account that I was on, I wasn't doing that much on it. In the sense that I felt like it was a job or anything. Like it's just for fun. It's more creative. It's more a personal side of me. And maybe one day I'll share it with everyone. As of right now, I've definitely kept it personal, and I don't think a lot of people know about it. But what I will say is, I don't feel like I'm missing anything on social media. Funny enough, there was one occasion that I do recall being like, dang, I'm sure I would have saw this on social media, but I still watch YouTube, and I got caught up in YouTube. So I was like, I didn't even really miss anything. And that was with Courtney Dauwalter and Rachel Intricate in their last race. So yeah, that was like really the only thing. I don't miss seeing what Joe Schmo did on a Saturday, even though I share stuff like that all of the time. And it's just been a really weird time in my life. And I truly do boil it down to just like life being over consuming and not being able to genuinely handle everything myself. And I had to take the time to be like, I need to stop doing A, B, and C. And one of those things was social media, and then get into what I could do and what I needed to do. So I needed to be there for my family. I needed to be there for my business and everything I'm doing for the business, for my athletes, for the Everyday Ultra team. So that's what I did. And I have no regrets. None at all, not even a letter. If you get that, you get that. But what I will say is why and kind of how everything happened and why I really took this break is I'm going to kind of break down everything in life that has been going on and happened, just to be 100% upfront and honest. So as many of you know, I rolled my ankle last year and was still dealing with crazy niggle ache pain. I was literally losing my mind and very unhappy with the ankle and having to start back at zero. Like, it consistently felt like it wasn't getting better. And I consistently felt like I was taking 2 steps forward and 8 steps back, a step forward, 4 steps back. The pain was annoying. I was also super stressed out, not sleeping well. And those 2 things were probably multiple reasons for everything else with the ankle not going well. So it was just a really rough comeback. And it wasn't even a comeback because I couldn't consistently get running without pain. And then like life just kept happening. So there was no like comeback in the sense of I was actually getting in a lot of running. It was just very annoying. Truly, it was very annoying. So what happened next is I got the flu, and that shit took me out for like 15, 16 days. And I blame my partner. She knows this. And if you're watching this, I still blame you. But I got really, really, really sick. Sadly, I couldn't even go to her birthday getaway, which was horrible. But I was in bed sleeping probably 10, 11, 12 hours a day, probably more than that. I would like sleep, wake up, eat something, drink something, go back to bed. Sometimes read for a little bit, then read myself to sleep. And then I did this for so long. And crazy enough, amongst all of this, I was still coaching. I was still helping the Everyday Ultra business running, coaching the coaches, onboarding coaches at the time. I would just like take all of the medicine I possibly could, get on the call, do what I had to do, and then go to sleep and take a nap and then do it again. So it was like a blackout moment in life. I don't remember too much, to be 100% honest, but I got in the work and I did what I needed to do. That's just me. I'm a psychopath, and we all probably know that by now. But then once I got done with the flu, I had this nagging issue, and I'm almost 100% sure it was a sinus infection. I was so congested. I couldn't stop blowing my nose. So much snot. Like, just, I'd be on a call on my Google Meets, and like, I just feel the snot coming down my nose. It was disgusting. And it was nonstop, and it was so annoying, and it drove me nuts. But I got through it. About 20 some days of being sick, probably more than that, which is crazy. I never get sick. If I do, it's like a little cough, tickle in my throat, and I'm fine. I train through it. This shit knocked me out for way too long. And it was super, super, super hard to come back to running then, because my body was defeated. I tried to run here and there, and I would just like be dead within an hour and want to go back to sleep. So it was really hard transition to try to get back into running again. And then during the midst of all of this, we dealt with a few other things that popped up. Personally, I kept having fraud happen to my debit card, my bank account, and let's just say I don't use that bank account anymore and I now use a different bank account. But it was just so annoying to consistently have my bank account get messed up. Then I had to call. Then they had to send me a new debit card. I went almost a full month with no debit card because it kept getting fraud. And they kept telling me it wasn't my debit card, or it was my debit card, it wasn't my bank account. And then they said it was my bank account. So they gave me a whole new bank account number. Chaos. Like I said, I no longer have that bank account. And then amidst all of this, we got told we needed to get out of the house that we thought we had just signed a 2-year lease through. And I'm just going to say this is maybe my own fault. And I've said this multiple times to people that I've talked to. I've never rented through a property management company, and that house was a property management company. If you're watching the tube, you can see like whole different setup. So whole different house, whole different setup. More to come on that, I'm sure. Maybe in the YouTube, I will probably talk all about it. But for this sense, I was just like a rookie, I guess. And we got a lease sent to us to sign and approve and decide what we wanted to do. We signed for 2 years. All in all, we plan to stay at that house for potentially 4 to 5 years until Braden, our son, graduated high school. He is staying with us through high school. And then we wanted to move states. So we were comfortable where we were. We wanted to stay. We loved the area. It was great. I loved the house. I loved the setup, everything, right? I had my studio set up. I had my podcast, everything. It's all changed. It's all changed. But I kind of like this. Still not loving it. We'll see. Anywho, tangent. I'm sorry. But we signed the 2-year lease. We sent it off. That was in November. 45 days before, just about 45 days before our lease ended, for the 1 year that we originally signed up in, we got a note saying that we had 45 days to get out of the house. And this is the process that things went through. And I've been asked multiple times, is that even allowed? Is that legal? I thought they had to give you multiple times. I don't know. Long story short, we signed the lease, but the owners didn't sign the lease. The owners got our idea, like we wanted 2 years, and they said no, but they waited till less than 45 days. And then the property management people reached out to us saying, hey, like you guys need to get out in X amount of days. No time to prepare. So the chaos of that, honestly, I think broke me as a human, because I'm working for a business and we're booming. Like another problem, not a problem, but we were so busy on my day job that, I work for Everyday Ultra. We were onboarding coaches. We were having tons of athletes join, and I now had to move. I now had to pack up my house. I had to readjust. It was just, I think that, like they always say bad things happen in groups of 3. This was like the 7th thing. And I was just like, done. So thankfully, we immediately started to look for new houses. On a weekend, we went and saw, in 2 days, we went and saw 7 houses. And I'm just going to say we walked into the first house and immediately we're like, it's a no. Pictures look like $1 million. The house looked like someone just left it and didn't clean, and they've been living in that house for about 10 years. It was disgusting. The second house, kind of just as bad. And at this point, Kristen and I were kind of like lost for all hope. Like, what are we going to do? There's only X amount of options. Crazy enough, we were driving house to house. We saw some good houses. Things just, maybe not lined up with what we wanted and what we were looking for. And then we drove by a house that had a for rent open house sign. Kristen called. The guy was like, I'm here till this time. Come see it. I'm literally standing in the house that we came and saw. And it was crazy and it all worked out. The house is gorgeous. It's completely renovated. Looks brand new. I didn't love that about the house. Kristen immediately, yes. She walked in. She's like, sign me up. Where do I sign for all the papers? I was like, let's check it out first. But honestly, this house is gorgeous. It's a little too nice for me. Maybe I'm a little grungy. I don't know, but I just wasn't feeling it. But we signed the lease. They approved all the good things. So we got a house. And at this point, I'm like, let's get the heck out of this old house and let's get into this new house. Like, I'm done. I'm over it. So we did move a little quicker. We got in this house at the beginning of March. I think. I don't even remember now. It's been chaotic. But we got into this house. I don't even remember when we moved in. That's so horrible. Yeah, I think it was like the first week of March or the 1st of March. Yes. February 28th is when we moved in because it was a short month. So we've been here officially almost a month. That's insane. That blows my mind. I should know that because we just literally paid rent. And this is the first month of rent that, after the move in costs. Anywho, I digress. But it was just chaotic. And I just couldn't anymore. And I think when the whole house situation went is when I was like, I'm done with social media. Like, I just need a break. I need a break from the running life. It was getting to me. I couldn't run. I saw the running. I was comparing myself to other people. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, Liz, you do not do this kind of thing. Like you are not like that. There's nothing wrong with people that compare. Comparison is the thief of joy. I am 100% with that quote. And it is something I had to say to myself multiple times during all of this. But I just couldn't get out of my own dang head. I was honestly miserable, not the nicest to be around, not the most pleasant to be around. Obviously, like when I'm talking to my athletes, I'm not saying putting on a front, but I wasn't really talking about the things I was going through. I wasn't supposed to. I was on a call to help someone run a race or prepare for a race or stuff like that. But deep down, I was really, really struggling. So I did what I had to. And at the end of the day, I think sometimes it's just we have to do the thing that we think is right. And at this point, I have no regrets. Like I said, not even a letter. But, now I'm contemplating coming back and how I'm going to do it and how I'm going to approach everything. I'm not too sure. But I do know I'm running again, which is freaking awesome. I've been feeling really, 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 really good. But I will tell you, there was a point in training where I realized I needed to take kind of like a step away from training. And this was when, in the midst of moving and trying to prepare for everything, I needed to get in a long run. It was Friday. I woke up a little late. I wasn't sleeping well. And I was like stressed out about going for this run. And I'm like, why am I so stressed to go for a run? To be honest, I didn't even have officially signed up for a race yet. And if I did, it wasn't like, it's months away. It's in October. So I really struggled. I was like, I'm literally stressing myself out 10 times more than I need to go do this race. Like, what's going on? So it was that one race where I contemplated life choices. I felt like a failure because I didn't get my long run in. Mind you, I want everyone to know my long run was an hour and a half. Wasn't anything spectacular. I'm getting back to running with the ankle. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to call it. I'm not going to go for this run. I'm not going to go for tomorrow's run. I'm just going to take a freaking break. So not only did I really take a break from social media, I also took a break from doing things that were making me stressed out, which meant running at that time. Like, I was so stressed about getting in a run, but deep down, I felt like I needed to get in a run to prove something. What was that? I have no clue. But we go through this in life where we experience these, like, I'm a runner. I'm an ultra runner. I'm an ultra running coach. I have to run. I need to run. People need to see that I'm running. But the reality is, I was just having all of these titles and labels on myself, maybe, where I was just all consumed. And I'm so tired of trying to worry about what other people think. And I feel like in the social media craze, maybe that's where I've gotten a little too like, do I care about what people think? Why am I posting this? Like, I don't, because I think it's funny. Like, I want to post things because I think it's funny. Anywho, another tangent in crazy life. But what I really needed to do at that moment was realize that, like, I'm stressing out way too much. And I need to take the time for myself to come back. So social media was gone. I cut back on running and just planned to run, but I also didn't have anything structured. At this point, I officially am coaching myself. I stepped away from Joe only because I couldn't get in runs. I was very unhappy with myself and seeing that, like, someone was programming me something and I wasn't doing it. And I hated to be the person that was like, hey, I can't get this run in. Can we switch to this day? Hey, my ankle is really bothering me. I'm not going to get a run in today. So I stepped away from Joe at the beginning of the year, actually, and then started coaching myself. Then realizing that, like, I'm so stressed out. Like, why am I even doing this? My race isn't until later. And I will say, like, I'm fully back to running now and I'm so happy. So happy. So, like, there was just a time in life where things got way too stressful and I was making it 10 times harder on myself rather than just taking the time to do what I needed to do and handle life things. So I took a break from running, and running just happened when I could. And then I realized, like, hey, my ankle is not as sore. My ankle's not hurting as much. This is kind of interesting. But then I realized, like, I'm stressing myself out and my stress level is through the roof and I'm not recovering as fast as I need to. And it's just getting worse and worse and worse. So there's a lot of realizations in all of this. And I think in life, like we all go through situations where things are good and then they're not good. And then things are really good and everything seems to be going so right. And then like a couple things go wrong and then a couple things continue to go wrong. And then like life is horrible. And that's kind of where I was in life, as weird as that may sound. Everything was so great. I had such a good year. I officially like have my own business. I work for Everyday Ultra, such an amazing team. I love Joe. I love the Everyday Ultra business. I love the team. I love all of my athletes. I love all of the coaches. Like, I have a fabulous, fabulous partner that supports me and lets me do all this crazy shit. And then, like, things just started trickling and getting worse and getting worse. And I will say, amidst all of this, we have a 14-year-old and I love him dearly, but he was testing my buttons. And so, like, it was just nonstop. And I think I was just trying to do everything and not really take care of myself. And I realized, like, holy crap, like, you're in a hole and you've dug yourself so deep and I don't think you've realized. And have I shared this with many people? No, I haven't. Have I talked much with it to my partner? No, I haven't. But it's not because of anything other than, like, I'm a very independent, I will handle this stuff myself type person. So that's kind of what and where I wanted to do. I journal a shit ton and I really dove into journaling and like writing and just trying to figure things out on my own. And I did talk to a few people, and my partner being one of them, and just being blunt, like, I just need a break. I can't keep doing this. And I'm not happy anymore. And I'm trying to make myself happy. No one has done anything to make me unhappy. And no offense, like, I don't want someone to make me happy. That's not the person that I am. I need to make myself happy. I need to be happy in order to do the things that I need to do. So I really did what I needed to do. And that was what I've just kind of all talked about. I just took a break. I mean, I've literally been nonstop for like 2 years with the podcast, with coaching, with starting to work with Joe on the Everyday Ultra team, now onboarding, managing, and coaching coaches. It's just been a lot. And I have a podcast and I have a YouTube, and I put all these like really, really high standards, and I'm trying to write a book, and it's just so much. So I took a break and I have, again, no regrets. I think the one thing I'm really working on right now is to take things day by day, because I got too open world view where I was just like, I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. Like, taking things week by week, day by day has been really, really beneficial for me. And then also not trying to control things. A control freak here, trying not to control things is very hard, but I've been trying. And then also, like, just really, really trying not to overthink things. Trying to take things as easily as I can and, like, just going with the flow. I get good at doing that every once in a while, and then I kind of falter. Like, when life starts not working out and it's just like lifing, I feel like we take the things and we try to control them. So, like, control everything, overthink everything, think of every option possible, and then life just gets even worse. So I've really been trying to take a step back and, like, just breathe, to be honest. And things have been getting better. So, I'm not really sure why, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever know. But whatever I've done, it's worked. Whatever I'm gonna do, it's gonna work, because I'm just gonna take it day by day. Now, I'm sure this is not what you expected to hear on my 100th episode, but it's life. Shit literally happens, and it has been happening. But now I want to go into like what's going on now. Like, it's, hopefully this gets out April 1st. Hopefully. If not, it'll get out soon. And today is literally March 31st. So yes, I'm recording this and then posting it the next day, hopefully. But I'm back to running. I've been consistently running for a couple weeks now, and more than a couple weeks, like a month-ish. And things have been going good. I am still doing my vert challenge. I am a little bit behind, not horribly, just a little bit, but I'm not freaking out. I'm not trying to hurry up and get all of the vert back in and A, get injured, or stressing out that like I'm not going to hit it. I still have so much time, and I know for a fact I'm going to get it. Like I'm so excited. That is something that still fires me up, is my vert challenge. And if you don't know about it, I want to run 350,000 feet of vert in 1 year, and I live in Florida, so I'm very excited about it. I've mentioned, and you may know, like I have a race in October. It is No Business 100 miler. I'm very excited. I'm gonna do a for fun run in May, maybe, I can't remember, with my good friend Kirk and Charlie. We're just gonna do it here in Florida, and it's actually Kirk Blevins' race, and we're just gonna go out and run 50 miles, and I'm so excited for it. Something for fun, and just have a good time with some good friends. And then also, I'm doing the Dreadmill Challenge December 12th and 13th. So pumped about that. More to come on all of this. Maybe I'll make an episode about like races that I'm doing this year, or I'll just post it on social media. Who knows? But those are the 3 things that I have going. Also, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be out at Desert Peak, and I'm so excited for the Everyday Ultra race. It's going to be amazing. If you're listening to this, you cannot sign up anymore because I believe sign up has been closed, but you can always sign up for 2027, and it's going to be an amazing race. I'm so excited for it. I am not racing. I'm going out to support, volunteer, and help out, and to go watch all of my amazing athletes and friends crush this awesome race. So I'm very excited about all of that. And I'm just like really trying to get back into running. No pressure. There's absolutely no pressure. My race is not until October. Yes, I have a 50 miler in there, but it's for fun. We're not going to go out and rip it and be super fast. So right now, as of today, I have ran 1 day of strides, which was yesterday, and my legs felt great. My ankle felt really good. So I'm so excited to be back into it and just kind of start diving into training again. I feel like it's been so long because my injury and then life in. So I am just genuinely excited to get back into things. There's no pressure on me to like get in and be super quick because I have a race coming up. So it's all been super good in that aspect. Sadly, I am not going to be going out to Cocodona this year. I'm very bummed, but I will say, like, my runner got injured and reached out to me, and he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, dude, no, 100%. Like, you need to do what's best for you. Charlie, I love you if you're listening to this, and you've made the right call. And in a weird way, I kind of felt like this was just like a blessing for me in disguise of like, life has been so crazy. Like, you just need a break. Yes, I'm still going out to Arizona for Desert Peak, but I would have then came home, chilled for a couple weeks, and then gone right back out. Been gone for a week, come home, and Cocodona is awesome, and being out for the racing, crewing, and pacing is awesome, but it takes so much from me, and then I have to come back into normal day life and make up all the work I missed, check in on everyone. So like, it just happened to be, and it's worked out, and it just is what it is. Again, super bummed, but we'll make the most of it, and I'm ready to honestly just watch it, I guess, on YouTube. I'm very excited for it. I'll make the most out of it, but you know, it's all that saying of like, you can only handle what you can handle. And I'm trying to control what I can control and manage what I can and not overthink and not freak out. So I'm literally just trying to do that the best I can every single day. But quickly, shortly, that's kind of everything that's been going on. It's been a crazy year, to be 100% honest. And I didn't think this would be the year. I didn't think this would be how my year went. I'm already ready for 2027, funny enough. And it's just about to be April. But so happy to have gone through the shit. I'm hoping I'm through it, and I'm hoping everything else from the rest of the year is just maybe rainbows and unicorns or something really close, because I don't know how well I'd handle much more chaos in my life. So I'm saying it right now. Chaos is done. It's a new month in a couple days, in a couple hours. It's a new month. And I'm calling this the bad bitch comeback. You know, I always thought I would have a comeback of, I'm going to go out and kick ass at a race. And like, I'm going to have the comeback of the year. And I'm just going to come back feeling so great. Not like win anything. No. That's no. I meant like just come back strong, fit, ready to go. I am going to do that. But Maybe not in the way I thought it was because I just went through so much, but I am now ready for the bad bitch comeback, and I'm going to set myself up to do all the things that I can to have a good year and to finish this year out super, super positive and super, super strong. As we all know, like shit hits the fan, things get a little crazy and they don't always go as planned. But I'm going to control what I can control. And I'm going to take it week by week or maybe day by day and just have fun and enjoy life and try not to overthink. So wish me luck and stay tuned. I've kind of said this to a few friends, but I'm obviously still keeping up with the podcast. I'm going to keep up with YouTube. I don't know so much about Instagram, but what I do know is I'm excited to get back and have conversations with people, maybe a little different type of conversations, but to talk all things running and to continue to encourage, inspire, and hopefully get you into the bad bitch mindset to go out there, kick some ass because you are the bad bitch. Thank you so much for listening to this Tribe of Runners episode. I'll see you in the next one.